late last week, Brock Purdy signs a contract. How big a contract? A lot of people were saying it'd be crazy to give him anything more than $30 million, right? Well, $265 million over 5 years. He's getting more than $300 million or $30 million a year. He's getting $55 million, $50 million a year, whatever. I mean, and the way they move that money around and everything, but we'll just call it, he's right up there in the top 10. Now, the question a lot of people would ask would be, well, come on, Pete, why is Brock Purdy, is he really worth that? Is he really worth that? And my answer is this. Since taking over as the quarterback of the Niners in week 14 of the 2022 season, John, here's what his numbers look like. And then I think we can answer that question. His yards per attempt is ranked number 1 in all the NFL. His passing yards ranked number 4 in the NFL. His touchdown passing is ranked number 7. The total QBR is number 4. So anybody who wants to continually tell me that this guy is not worthy of what he got. Oh, and by the way, he had a bit of a struggle last year. 2024 wasn't great for Brock. Well, let's see. He didn't have McCaffrey for a chunk of the season. He didn't have Ayuk for a chunk of the season. His offensive tackle, left tackle, most important part of the offensive line, Williams, he was hurt. Kittle was hurt significantly here and there. And then, of course, you got Deebo Samuel. Now, you've got all those guys gone, and yet you still put a team together that has, some pretty nice wins, got themselves into position, all the rest of it. I would say Brock Purdy is definitely worth the money that they paid him. But a lot of people will still argue it. What do you think about this, John? I mean, he's Mr. Irrelevant, right? That's who he is.
Well, let me throw out some of the monetary figures here, Pete, because they're extraordinary. $265 million. Wow.
That is, yeah.
Over 5 years.
That's a number.
181 million guaranteed. Mm-hmm. So let's put up Jared Goff against it. Cal, quarterback. Pete and I knew this guy. Contract, he got a 4-year, $212 million deal. He's basically averaging, when you divide that out, the same as Brock Purdy. Then you take a look at Tua, a guy that you don't know if he's going to even be able to play much longer, Pete.
Oh.
And he has $93 million fully guaranteed, and this could be his last year. I hope not. He's an exciting quarterback. I love to watch him, but he's had so many concussions that, being realistic, not being nihilistic, Pete, I'd say this is a little bit of a risk with this guy. Then you've got Jordan Love, the Packers. So after he had the good year, I'll say, not great, good year, he got 4 years, $220 million. He's making more than Purdy, and he hasn't brought him to a Super Bowl. Purdy has. Joe Burrow, I'll just end with this one, Pete. 5 years, $275 million, $55 million, and that is one of the best quarterbacks. If he didn't have the injuries, Pete, he would be, hands down, the best quarterback in pro football, in my opinion.
Yep. That's great. Love it. I think you're right. And you know what? I don't understand if you want to use the word hate, I don't know if it's hate or not, but I don't understand the people that are just so against the fact that Purdy's worth that or not. I mean, I think those numbers alone kind of show it all. So I don't know where the arguments can still come from. All right. Well, now we got to talk about Bill Belichick, John. I think that there's a lot of things about Bill Belichick that are hitting the news, and most of them point towards, well, his girlfriend, who is, let's be honest, she's very young relative to where he is, but it all focuses on his girlfriend. That's not my focus. My focus is on this. Is he focused as a coach? Well, what was the first hire that he made? He hired a general manager. He didn't go out and get a D coordinator or offense coordinator. He went out and got a general manager because he understands football at the NFL level. And let's be honest, the NCAA football is now at the NFL level, right? I mean, you've got free agency, you've got the portal, you've got money, you've got the NIL. So it really is professional football in a lot of ways. He hires a general manager. That's the first thing he did. He's gone into the portal, John, and absolutely ripped it up and found the guys. He's lost a lot of people to the portal. Sometimes guys just want to leave because they want to get on the field, so they're going to go somewhere else where they can. So I don't really worry about the guys that they lost. I don't worry at all. I'm more concerned about what's going on and who's coming in. Well, they're killing it inside the portal. They are getting the 2s and 3 stars and, some 4 stars here and there. They're number 9 out of 10 right now. They're number 9 in the portal in terms of the ranking of what they've been able to accomplish. So they're doing a lot of things right there as well, John. And the last thing I'll say is this. A year ago, they had an NIL that they had raised $4 million. Right now, Bill Belichick's got that number up north of $20 million. So he's got the money. They've done that. They've gone to the NIL to make sure that they could do that. They've got the donors and everything that goes into that. So they've got the money side of it. They've got the free agency side of it with the portal. I think he's going to get this North Carolina team turned around really, really rapidly. Does it happen this year? I can't say for sure this year, but they're certainly on their way, John, because I think he's making the right steps. But all people talk about every time Bill Belichick's name comes up, yeah, what about his girlfriend? What did she do now? Well, you know what? Maybe focus on football, right?
Yeah, maybe. Pete, this is a guy that doesn't get distracted. Right. Now, some people are distracted by his girlfriend. Good for them. Bill Belichick doesn't seem to be distracted. Like you said, signed a lot of great coaches. His son and a couple other folks that have been with him a long time went there with him. And I would point out, Pete, he got divorced from his wife, Debbie, in 2006. Okay. And again, does that really matter? Well, let's just say that probably takes a lot of your attention. Not all of it, but a lot of your attention when you're going through a divorce, which luckily neither Pete nor I have gone through. But I think Mr. Belichick was able to put that behind him. He still won 3 more Super Bowls, Pete. He won 2014, 16, and 18. Got divorced in 2006. In other words, with all those rings, did the focus on football fade because all of a sudden he's a single guy and maybe he can, go out and enjoy himself a little bit more during the off season and or during the season. Didn't seem to bother him then. I don't know why it would bother him now, Pete. So anybody betting against this guy, those people, like you said, Pete, that are saying he might not even be there for the first game. He's so distracted with Jordan. Not really. I don't think so. Does he really like her? Seems to really like her, but I don't think he's going to be that distracted, Pete.
I don't think so either. This has been something that's been going on for a while now anyway. And so it's interesting. And it's great fodder, right? Everybody likes to talk about it because of his age and her age and all the rest of it. But the reality is he's a heck of a football coach. He knows a heck of a lot about what he's doing. And how he's put the pieces together shows me, John, that he is focused. I don't know if it's laser focused, but it's maybe pretty close to laser focused for sure. He's just that kind of a guy. That's the kind of coach that he is. And I think it's going to be a really interesting first season. The second season, that's the one I'm looking forward to because once he gets his feet wet and everything else, John, I think it could get really, really interesting. So the first year is going to be tougher, but I think if he goes 2, 3, 4 years down in North Carolina, he's going to probably rattle some cages down there for sure, I think, and maybe get himself positioned into the playoff. Who knows?
Well, keep in mind, folks, that Pete knows a thing or two about this because he was there when his team went, 1-10, Pete?
Yeah.
Was that what it was?
Yes.
Something like that? And then Lou Holtz came in there and turned the whole thing around. Yep. So North Carolina wasn't 1-10. No. So they're not a horrible football team. They're a pretty good football team, like Pete said, that the primary focus at the school has been basketball, but they've been putting out some pretty high round draft picks in the last few years. If he can keep some of those and attract more of them because of his bona fides being a big Super Bowl wearing dude, I think that bodes well for North Carolina. All right, Pete, thanks as always. Remember, folks, it's not an option to just trade stocks anymore. You should be trading options. We can show you how. Check out itsnotanoption.com for a free book. And we'll be back tomorrow. What time, Pete, are we back tomorrow?
1 p.m. Eastern.
1 p.m. Eastern time.